Hello and welcome to the November 16th episode of Beacon Web News. I'm your host, Sam Kniskern. Today we begin with a new and exciting place on campus that you might not know exists, the MCLA Innovation Lab. Dan Wohler went to the Center for Science and Innovation to talk to student Daniel Heinen about a lab that he has spearheaded, which is open to all students here at MCLA. Dan, off to you.
Thanks, Sam. I'm on the second floor of the Science Center at MCLA, which is home to the Student Innovation Lab, where junior Daniel Heinen is inside working on ways to incorporate virtual reality into science education. Heinen described the need for a space where students could come together to create projects.
So the concept is that basically students need a place to come up with ideas and to execute those ideas. So you may have an idea for a cool project, but the question is, how do you actually make it happen? So here we give students the tools, the expertise, and the kind of push to make things happen.
Most of the technology in the Innovation Lab was bought with the help of grants from MCLA.
So a lot of the technology we have is either open source technology or technology software that's allowed, basically licensed to students for free. A lot of the actual hardware, like the virtual reality technology, is really new stuff. So thanks to President Burge and the President's office, we were given a grant to buy the hardware we needed, so we were able to get some of the latest virtual reality technology and some of the best computers for students to work on.
Heinen explained the possibilities of virtual reality integration within science education classrooms.
Hard, right? So you're given a textbook and you said, learn this, understand it. And that's great, but can you? So a textbook is two-dimensional, we all know that, right? You can look at something, you can be like, what is this? You can't pick it up, you can't take it in your textbook and move it around, and you can't have it tell you what it is, or have a chemical reaction animated. You have to look at a picture. You can Google stuff online, but that can be hit or miss. Now imagine if that was integrated, if something was integrated into a classroom, but it could do all that. You could pick up a molecule out of your textbook. You could have your professor telling you what's going on, right, as you see a reaction happening that you're walking around. You could go, let's say in your class you talked about mustard gas. You could actually go to a World War I trench and see the synthesis of mustard gas and see the place where it impacted the world. So you can apply that to anything.
The goal of the Innovation Lab is to promote students' creative work outside the classroom. The chill zone that accompanies the lab is a perfect place to hang out and begin the creative process.
We have, a whiteboard hooked up to LED lights that you can sync with music. We have Bluetooth speakers in here. We have a coffee maker. We have a mini fridge. Basically, the idea is to have a place for students to come together and work on projects.
Heinen's vision for the future of the Innovation Lab is to get as many students involved as possible.
For the lab, I want there to be as many students as possible working on their own projects. When I walk in here and I see students working on their own thing, I love it. I want to see students have the same passion and drive that I do, because that's ultimately what your goal is. You want to love what you do and do what you love.
The MCLA Innovation Lab looks to hold an open house sometime in the future next month for students to find out more information. But if you're walking through the Science Center and you see someone inside, feel free to knock and see what's going on. They've got a chill zone right here with a mini fridge, coffee maker, and they're looking to get a couch as well. Should be a fun time.
The Innovation Lab is a great way to hone your skills in programming, design, art, and more, and Daniel invites students of all different backgrounds and talents to come by and check it out. Last night, the women's basketball team had their first game at SUNY Cobleskill and walked away with a loss of 66-60. Tomorrow night is their home opener against Dean College at 6 p.m. in the Campus Center gym, so come by and support your Trailblazers. Jack Dawson was able to talk to both the men's and women's basketball teams and got an inside scoop on their hopes for the season.
The MCLA women's basketball season is about to be underway. Last year, the team finished with a 14-13 record, ending their season with a MASCAC semifinal loss to Westfield State. With very little changes in the roster, the one big change that stands out is new head coach Lauren Stock. Stock was hired in September to lead the Trailblazers. However, Stock, being new to the program, is surrounded by experienced players. One in particular who has been huge for the Trailblazers her whole career is Kayla Hoteling. Kayla comes into this year looking to set the example for the underclassmen and improve on last year, as this will be her final year in a Trailblazer uniform.
Again, just looking to build off of last year, take kind of what we already know, take the experience that comes with having so many returners, and just really build off of last year.
With a bunch of familiar faces returning this year, it certainly plays into Stock's favor for experience, as there are only 2 freshmen on the team, Erica Ryan and Kyla Langston, which the two will look to fill in very important roles as the season progresses and opens up next week on the road against SUNY Kobe-Skill. The Trailblazers will look to go farther than they did last year, and with the help of their new coach, leadership of the seniors, and support of their great fans at MCLA, it will certainly be a fun season to watch. Hi there, I'm Jack Dawson here in the Amsler Campus Center gym, and right behind me is the boys basketball team here at MCLA, and I'm here to bring you a preview of what is to come for this upcoming season. Last year, the Trailblazers had a rough 6-19 record last season, missing the playoffs by 1 game, losing to Bridgewater State in the season finale. Now the Trailblazers return under new head coach Derek Shell, who succeeds former interim head coach Anthony Skiffington. With a bunch of new faces on the roster, one face he has become familiar with is Joseph Wiggins, who was second in scoring for the team behind Khalil Paul last year, who left. Wiggins, now being a major contributor to last season, will look to improve himself even more this year.
I'm just going to go by the roles that I was taught last year by Khalil and Paul Maurice. It's just be patient with the program, stay on track, lead these guys in the right path, and do what I got to do to get them ready for playoffs and MASCAC, get them ready for the season.
The Trailblazers have a very different roster from last year. After a lot of players graduating and transferring, it certainly is going to be a different ball club to watch play. The team will be led by 3 seniors and many prospective underclassmen, as the season will open up with 5 straight road games starting the 15th at Linden State. With the season on the rise here for the MCLA Trailblazers and a lot of new faces coming into the program, it certainly is going to be a huge season to look forward to for both the fans and everyone else.
Thanks for that, Jack. Henry V opens with their first show tonight, the 16th at 8 p.m. Shows are also at 8 p.m. on the 17th and 18th, as well as a 2 o'clock matinee on the 19th and a final showing that same night at 8 p.m. On the 17th at 7 p.m., join speaker John Harris in Murdoch 218 for the Elizabeth and Lawrence Vadnais Environmental Issues Lecture. The event is free and open to the public. Call 413-662-5224 for more information or if you have any questions. Saturday the 19th is Health and Fitness Day, sponsored by the Wellness Center. There will be Zumba in the Venable Dance Complex from 10 to 11 a.m., a stress relief space from 2:30 to 4:30 in the Sullivan Lounge, and a 3-on-3 pickup basketball tournament from 4 p.m. until 6. Tangina Stone will be performing at the Church Street Center for the Margaret A. Hart Scholarship Concert this Saturday the 19th. The show starts at 7:30 and is $3 for students and $12 for the general public. For all you actors out there, this coming Monday, the 21st, the Television and Film Society will be holding auditions for their newest project, a feature-length film called Project Griffin. Auditions will be held at 7 p.m. in Bowman 204. And if you have any questions, you can contact either Luke O'Brien or Allie Thinnell through Office 365. And after SGA did their version of the Mannequin Challenge, they challenged our friends in the Beacon newsroom to do the same, which you can see in this video here. Then they challenged us at Beacon Web News to do the same, so keep an eye out for that because that will be coming soon. Also, don't forget to follow MCLA on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram to keep up with all the action. As always, thank you for watching, and we will see you again next Wednesday.